Hello, hello.
Hello,
Hello.
everyone.
Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday.
Denise is in the house.
Denise is here.
Oh,
Carrie
how are you
came and
doing?
went. Carrie did a drive-by thumbs up.
She did.
Hey, we
She did.
appreciate every thumbs up.
Yes,
That's correct, which was really sweet of her to
exactly.
think of us.
I'm making confetti. I was trying to get it done before we went live so you wouldn't have to hear me punching, but I think I'm done now.
Well, it looks pretty on your table. It looks very, very, very pretty. So, Johnna, well, all of you, I guess, are you still experiencing this big polar vortex that we're getting? Or is it beautiful and balmy, sunny, awesome?
It is sunny outside and 70 in my house, but outside it was 20 degrees this morning when I woke up,
Woo!
and we had a high of, I think it's going to be up to 40 this afternoon.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm not even telling you all what the temps are today because
We'll just say, stop your whining when it.
Yeah, with your balmy palm trees and your breezy oceans.
That's right. Oh,
I mean, we froze for the last 2 weeks for us. It was freezing, you know. I had to cover all my garden stuff for 2 weeks and all that, but we're back to some sunny weather and my plants are very happy.
What does a
Nice.
bunch say about envy?
says it's totally fine when it comes to the weather and our friend. That's okay. We can be it. Oh,
Is it
What?
making you stumble or is it just
right.
a thought?
That's funny.
Hi, girls. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. If you are new and you haven't said hi before, or if you've been around for a while and you haven't said hi, give us a shout out. We would love to know who's here. We have, I think this is going to be fun. If you didn't see in our post, Johnna is going to be leading the charge today in doing our prayer dashboard, our parking lot, if you will. And we'll be turning it over to her in just a few minutes. But what has everybody else been up to in the chat? Or how about you, Miss Hazel? What have you been up to?
Well, as I was talking to Carol before we went live, I'm still sort of recovering in a sense from our Mexico trip. My skin is so dry, my lips are so dry, so hydration is kind of a big thing. Plus, I like having the comfort of having several videos in a slush pile scheduled out weeks in advance,
You're right.
and feel behind the 8 ball, honestly. So, yeah, a little bit frazzled.
Well, join the crowd. you're amongst friends. That's for sure. And Carol, do we have any baby updates?
No baby yet.
Okay.
No movement. We're trying to wait patiently. Mama is very uncomfortable to say the least. But she's trying to keep her spirits up. So we'll let you know if anything happens.
I know. I'm waiting patient. Well, not really patiently, but I'm waiting.
I know.
We're all
Same with
waiting.
me. Well, my husband has a appointment that he has to go to on Tuesday, and so I said, sorry, the baby's not coming before Tuesday because see, Papa, he's in charge of the 2-year-old when the three of us go to the hospital, and so we really can't have him otherwise disposed. And so he's got to get past that Tuesday meeting and then it's all hands on deck. We will be like, yes, nothing else on the calendar until this baby goes.
There you go.
But
I like it.
I also told her she'd go into labor on Wednesday because I went into labor 2 weeks before my due date for both of my girls. And, she didn't get that opportunity with the first baby. She had to be induced because of some complications. And so I said, if this one goes naturally, as your body wants, it'll be Wednesday.
But we
Well,
wanted to come on your birthday.
well, yeah, I'm like, that would be nice. That would be Friday, but I would happily share my birthday. The baby's daddy's birthday is on Sunday, so the baby would gladly share if they want to. Let's see.
There you go.
Come on, baby.
Yeah. Definitely praying for her.
Oh,
And the cool part is, well, I think it's cool, is that they don't know if it's a girl or a boy yet.
That's right. That's my role in the birth plan is I get to announce it's a girl or it's a boy. And
Aw.
that's pretty much the only part of her birth plan that went as planned last time. And I know they say don't call it a birth plan, call it birth preferences because everything in birth is not predictable.
Yeah,
Before
but
we go to Johnna, I came across a book in a house, library, whatever, and maybe I'll just share this with you. The lighter side of church life. So
Cute.
we're talking about kids. Since both cartoons are visible, so this is some guy on the door. It
here,
says
let me
4 year.
make you big.
Okay. On the left hand side, it says 4 year olds, and this guy is armed. Or I guess he's a pastor, armed with a box of donuts. Armed to the teeth, Sunday school teacher Nat Willoughby prepares to do battle with the forces of darkness. And then on the side, a man at the pulpit. We interrupt this sermon to inform you that the fourth grade boys are now in complete control of their Sunday school class and are holding Miss Mosby hostage.
oh my goodness. That's
Of
cute.
course, none of Carol's grandchildren are going to be like that.
Oh no, of course not.
That's so cute.
That is cute. Dave showed me. I was like, oh my gosh, you got to send that to me. It was, I don't know, a TikTok or something on, and it was a voiceover, and they were at like a praise worship service, and they were like putting their they had their hands up in praise, and different, at some churches they do that, or some people enjoy doing that, and so they were like, this is the holding the baby, and we were giggling so high. And
Oh,
this is the goalpost, and
that's Tim Hawkins.
I was like,
Yeah,
oh my
I've seen
gosh.
that. Yes, that's Tim
I
Hawkins.
hadn't seen that, but Dave just thought it was hilarious. So I was like,
It's funny. It's so bad when you've seen that video and then you go to church and you stand. I try so hard not to look at people because I'm like, oh my gosh, holding the baby. Oh my goodness, GoPro. Oh my goodness, one arm salute. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, he used to come and do shows at our church every time he'd come through town, and so they'd usually tie it to like the last night of like the church conference or something. They'd have him come, and he is hilarious, and he does a lot of like song parodies. You can find him on YouTube. Tim Hawkins. He's fun.
So Johnna.
yes, ma'am. I'm just saying hello to people in the chat because I don't want them to think we're ignoring them.
No.
No,
And
no.
we have let's see. We have Joanne is here. Junk Journal Joanne is here. We have Cindy Hawkins is here. Cindy Williamson. Cindy
You were
Hawkins.
I was like, what?
I'm
What?
like,
I
is
was
Tim
like, what
Hawkins' friends
I
coming
guess so.
to relatives coming?
Tim Hawkins' family's in here. They heard
Yep.
their name.
My listening skills are not very good today. Hope is here. Let's see. Who else have I missed? Denise is here. I thought there was somebody else. Miss Jake's wife. Oh my gosh, I just forgot her name.
Cindy.
Cindy.
Another Cindy.
Yes, yay. And I think that's everybody. And Carrie, but Carrie was here and is gone now, I think. But
A flyby Carrie.
she's here in spirit. So, without any further ado, ladies, are you all okay with turning the screen over to Johnna and letting her lead the way for a minute or five?
Absolutely.
Maybe more than five, but
Bless you, Johnna. Bless you.
Thank you. So, okay, so you guys probably are wondering what the parking lot is. Some people call it a prayer parking lot. Some people call it, in the planner community, it's called the dashboard or sticky note parking lot or sticky note dashboard. And so I started doing this in my Bible a few years ago because you know how like you run into people coming if you're a churchgoer, you run into people coming and going, and they'll say, "Oh, please pray for me," or you're on the phone with somebody and they're like, "Please pray for me." I am a person. If you ask me to pray, I pray right on the spot. I feel like that was divine intervention between us meeting and you sharing, and so I take that as an open invitation to. I'm a stop, drop, and prayer person. I don't care where I am. And so so anyway, so if we don't get an answer right then and there when we pray, then I will, I used to write it on like a sticky note or note in my purse or whatever. And then I decided I need to write this down and keep this in front of me. And so we are going to make that. But I'm going to go over some supplies that you're going to need so that as we're kind of prepping, you can start to gather your supplies. And some of the things that you will need are some scrapbook paper. So we're going to work on the insides of our Bible. Like, the blank pages that there's like contents and whatever it says. There's a lot in the front of this one. So that's where I put this. So and then in my Bible that I take to church, I have one that says urgent, like extremely urgent page. Like I have an urgent page or a 911 page you can do. So you can actually do like 3 of these, but for this morning's purpose, or afternoon's purpose, we're going to do a prayer and a praise page. And I like to have them next to each other so that when we go to pray, when we pray, and then I get the answer to prayer, I can put it over on my praise side where like the party happens. And then I can see, okay, look at the faithfulness of God, right? And I'll date them to see some things are answered same day, some things are answered, weeks. Some things are not answered at all, and they may stay in my prayer parking lot for quite some time before they'll ever even get moved over into the praise thing, the praise thing. But having the praise side of the page also reminds me to praise for the prayers, because when you pray, you're on some things, well, most things, it's already like done in heaven, especially when you've come into an agreement. But on earth, we wait for it to manifest. So we wait for like to see it. Whether it is, if you're praying for healing, the person will either have the healing in their body manifest while they're alive, or they may pass and go home to be with the Lord, and then they're truly healed. So we need to keep this focus on praising him for his, if it's healing, then you praise him for him being Jehovah Rapha, or the God that healeth thee. And so does that kind of make sense there where I'm going with
Yes.
this?
yes.
Okay, so you're going to just measure out your page, and I measured mine out, and I'm doing mine. I found this really cute paper in my stash that had little what do you
Frames.
call them? Frames. Yeah, thank you. So I'm going to use that, and then it can be patterned or plain, however you want to do it. And then I did this down here because I want to decorate. And so anyway, you're going to need some scrapbook paper or some kind of cardstock or whatever you want to use as your base page, because it will cover what's there, and also it gives you some strength on those first few pages. So this is like the entrance into my Bible. And I just put like a word that means something to me for reading scripture. And I'm a musical person, so of course I have to add music. So that's like that's my title page, I call it. And then I go right into my my prayer dashboard. So the other thing that you'll need for the praise side, I wanted to add some confetti tape. So you're going to need a little bit of confetti. You can punch it out like Carol did out of paper, tissue paper, whatever. You can cut it up out of tissue paper. You can, and then you'll need some packing tape, or you can use Scotch tape if you don't want to do a big wide piece. And you will, I really like the Scotch brand. If you ever do a lot with packing tape, Scotch brand makes a really nice one because it's perfectly clear. And I have this I've used this stuff for a really long time in other projects, and it hasn't yellowed. So that's kind of a cool thing. And you will need some washi tape maybe, and then you'll need some sticky notes. So you can have any kind of sticky notes you want to use. And then you can have decorative ones, you can have plain ones. You can also even make some sticky notes, which we'll do with some scrap paper. We're going to make like a little pad, and then you will have you can use this. Craft Bond Elmer's makes a repositionable glue, and we're going to just make a little sticky note pad using some scrap paper. I have different notebook papers that I just kind of gathered up, and I'll cut that down to the size that I want. And then I like to add a little bit of gold bling. So I'm using a gold stamp and some, this little speckled stamp. And then you'll need some kind of stickers. And I wasn't sure how big the letters I wanted, so I just kind of grabbed some letter stickers. Or you can stamp your letters and cut them out, or you could do a header and just stamp on the header. You can draw it out on a piece of paper and cut them out. There's all kinds of ways to have. You could do, like I said, ransom letters where you can cut them out of a magazine, and they're going to say prayer and praise. And I think that's it as far as you might want a date stamp in case you want to date your page. And you'll want some ephemera maybe to decorate. I found this, and I thought this was so perfect. This lady, she's in her little, she's in her convertible, and the door is open. And she's got her little garage door opener. So I thought that was really cute. And like Jesus is our own private doorman. So, but anyway, so that's what we're going to be doing. So if you want to grab any kind of like ephemera that means something to you, you can use stickers. I was looking at these. I had these in my stash. And I thought this was really neat because it said love grows here. And I always feel like when you pray for someone, your love for them grows. And then while you're praying, your love for God grows, especially as you stay in the Word. Your love, as the more you know Him and you know that He is a good God, no matter the circumstance, everything is working together for your good. And it just, I just love that saying. So as you're praying, your love will grow for the people that you pray for and for God. And so,
can I I must have zoned out there. I was busy trying to spell praise and prayer. Are those green? Are you setting your pages up so those are pockets, or is that just because your paper was too short?
No, I cut it down because I wanted to divide the page up, but you could have a pocket there. That's a good idea if you want to put a pocket there. Especially if you want to like tuck notes in it or some private prayers, that maybe you don't want anybody to see. You could make a pocket, but I'm going to make a little pocket on here to hold my sticky notes. So I had this little envelope and it fits. And so I'm going to use this as a template. And I'm going to make a little pocket over here. And I may make a couple more that I can clip on in case I want to put an envelope in here with like a secret little, for secret prayers that I don't. Because a lot of times when people see my Bible, they're like, "Oh, let me see that," because it's very decorated. Like it looks like this on a lot of my pages on the front, so and on the back. So I do decorate all my like heading pages and stuff. But okay, so let me tell you what word we have for the day or this afternoon. It is in James, and the scripture that I'm doing is actually one of my favorite. It's James 3:5, but we're gonna go. I'm sorry, not 3:5. 3:16. But I'm gonna go back and read prior to that because I always like to read a little bit before, and I like to come to the end. So this one is the header on this talks about like meeting specific needs, and it starts off by saying in 13, is any among you suffering? Let him pray. Is anyone cheerful? Let him sing psalms. Is anyone among you sick? Let him call for the elders of the church and let them pray over him, anointing him with oil in the name of the Lord. And the prayer of the faith will save the sick, and the Lord will raise him up. And if he has committed sins, he will be forgiven. Confess your trespasses to one another and pray for one another that you may be healed. The effective, fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. Elijah was a man with a nature like ours, and he prayed earnestly that it would not rain. And it did not rain on the land for 3 years and 6 months. And he prayed again, and the heaven gave rain, and the earth produced its fruit. And I was thinking about Elijah. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him in the Old Testament. He was one of God's prophets. And in his lifetime, God did many miracles through the prophet Elijah. And one of them was what James is talking about here, is that he prayed that it would not rain on the land. And then he prayed that it would. But the cool part about this that stood out to me was when it talks about that the effective, fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much, is that when you pray like Elijah, so when Elijah was praying for rain, he would stick his head down and he would pray, and then he had a servant that would go run and see if it was raining. And the servant would come back and tell him, no rain. And then Elijah would say, go. Now I'm paraphrasing this. So go and look it up. But so then he goes, go look again. And so then he'd come back and say, no rain. And then Elijah would pray fervently again that it would, rain. And then the servant comes back and he said, I see a cloud in the sky the size of a fist. And it just reminds me that when you pray for something, if you don't see it the first time you pray again. And if you still don't see it, you pray again. If you still don't get an answer, whether it be something that you want, or maybe you don't even know that you want, or maybe you shouldn't have it. If you don't receive an answer from the Lord, then you continue to pray and you push until you hear the word, you have confirmation, or you get a result of your prayer. Either way, whether the answer is yes or no. So it just reminds me that, God doesn't work in our time. He works in his time. And his timing is always perfect. And it just reminds me that when you have your prayer over on the left side, that it will remind you to keep praying. When you move it to the right, then you start praising. And that is will be a reminder of how faithful God is to answer prayers. No matter how they're answered, they're answered, right? But So that is why I do the sticky note thing, and I have my prayers. So this is kind of my prayer wall. It's like a walking prayer wall. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the what was the movie called, The War Room. And
Yeah.
she had a room that she go in, a closet, and she had like all the prayers all over the room, and that's where she would go in to be with the Lord in private. And she would have like all her prayers up. And I do like a walking prayer room. So this one goes with me. I also have a permanent one set, like an area where I spend time with the Lord, that I have like a lot of prayers and things. And I used to, before I moved to this home, I had a prayer closet, and on the back where I could shut my door, and on the back of the door were all prayers and pictures of people. And so I'm looking forward to getting that set up again. I need to change my door out from a louver door to a solid door. And I look forward to having that again, because it's so powerful. And especially, and I'll even on my sticky notes, like I'll print it out on sticker paper, or just print it out, and I'll use the repositionable glue, and I'll put it on the back of the picture, and I will put them on my Bible prayer wall. So
I love that, Johnna.
that's it. Any
Can
questions?
sorry, can I ask the rest of the people in this group whether or not you're having any sound difficulties? Because it's not great at my end. So I don't know if I'm the only one hearing that, or if it's system wide.
I am
hearing,
not.
I'm hearing fine today. I know, being the one that had the problems on Tuesday when others didn't, it was frustrating. So I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm good. I'm hearing everything fine.
Okay.
You
And
can always try to go out and come back in, and I'll let you in.
yeah, I also ask that as people are saying something, like at Hawkins' name and the movie that Johnna just referenced, that somebody please put it in the text.
Okay, I'll do that.
So that those of us that are having difficulty hearing see it at least. Thank you.
Oh yeah, you need glue too.
So at this point, Johnna, do you want to give us a little, where should we be right now? Where should we pasting our pages into either the front or back of the book, wherever we have blank pages that are appropriate? Is that correct?
Correct. Just glue them in. And if you want to make a pocket, I think that was a great idea, Hazel. And I'm gonna make a little pocket.
What did I do with this?
Hope
Yeah,
says she's hearing
that
everything fine, and Cindy says she loves the War Room movie.
when I went and saw the War Room movie, I ended up, there was a girl in front of me, and she was crying at the end of the movie, and I ended up getting to pray with her right there in the movie theater. It was so awesome.
Oh wow.
Is that on Netflix perchance?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
Don't know.
I don't know. It came out in like around 2012, 13, somewhere in there, 14.
Hi, Cotty.
Hey, Cuddy. Hello to everybody who's just joined.
I'm making polka dots off screen. I need to get up here. I'm like, I'm not just sitting here. I'm really doing something, but I'm doing it close to my face. Adding some extra polka dots.
So Hazel has a praise to put down on the right hand side, and Angela's got a praise to put down on the right hand side.
I do.
Yes, thank you so
awesome.
much to you, Johnna, Carol, Angela, and everyone else who prayed for a family member of mine who had a health concern. and we found out on the 12th of January, and this started right around Christmas Eve. We found out at the end of January, no, on the 12th of January, that in fact thing, the thing is non-cancerous. So that was a blessing. But of course, these girls aren't prepared to settle for that. So the continuing prayer is that in 6 weeks' time, or no, 6 weeks, 6 months, when the checkup occurs, that there will be nothing to see there at all.
Yes. We're
Yes.
believing for that.
Yes, we're believing for that.
So we'll keep that on our prayer side and put our praise on there too. It's
Yes.
kind of like Hazel. What I do on my to-do list. If I did it and it wasn't on my list, I write it down anyway.
Yes. I'm glad that's not just me.
We all need some validation, even retroactively.
That's
Yes.
right.
Well, I can tell you, thankfully, I have not had a recent like major call to prayer. That's not a hint that I need one. um, but we are waiting a baby, and hoping that this delivery goes astronomically better than the last one that I experienced with her. And that could be any day now. So you can keep her in your prayers, and us that our nerves are calm, and we're just patient and all that. But I can tell you that time and time again, m- every every time my prayers are answered in a way, maybe not in the way I expect, but always with goodness attached to them. And it's every time you pray and you get those confirmations that you have a God that loves you and listens to you and answers you in his time, it just strengthens your faith. Your faith just keeps growing, and it strengthens your confidence in asking, because I went through, some of you who've been around my channel for a while know that my youngest daughter had ovarian cancer, and God carried us through that season. The answer to the prayer, which we were praying when she went and had surgery, that it wouldn't be cancerous, but then it was. And instead of being, greatly panicked that now she has to go through treatment, we just prayed and we're grateful that there was treatment. And he carried us through that, long vigil of chemo and her recovery. And she is doing perfectly fine. She goes back, I think her visits are now just once a year, and she has stayed cancer free since that. And it's the move. When we moved up here, we were praying about it for months ahead, and I think we started looking in September for property, and it took us to February to actually move, but never once did we feel rushed or panicked. I mean, there were definitely times where you're wondering, like, how long is this going to take? Or, is this one going to be the one that works out, both selling and buying? And our realtor is a Christian man, and he was right with us the whole way, just saying, nope, we're not going to push and do all this extra stuff that costs a lot more money to get this, to force it through. We're just going to sit back and wait and have faith and pray about it. And it was the least stressful way to do this, even though it took a long time, because we just had faith that it was going to work out, because we were being faithful in prayer.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And I mean, well, I have a very small example, and then I'll share with you why the girl said we needed to add the praise for the other one. But on my way up here to the lake, it's North Iowa and it's Iowa in general, so you never know what you're going to get as far as weather. Well, I hate driving in winter weather. I think it's PTSD from when I came up here and visited, and it never failed. Right when you cross a certain area on the interstate, it just turns to crud. And of course, it did. And Dave was depending on me to be up here, and I was stressing out about it. So God and I just had a long conversation for an hour. Well, probably about an hour because it was okay initially. And I'm not kidding. The visibility would go to zero, and I couldn't. Well, for me anyway, I couldn't see anything. And there's these little cars whipping by, and I'm like, "What are you doing, people?" And I just kept praying, like, God, put your hand on me. Make sure that these people are all seeing what they need to be seeing, are making smart choices, and just guide me and let me be able to see and remove this snow so that I can see clearly and get to my destination and with no interruptions. And he must have a sense of humor because he would clear the snow almost immediately after I started praying. And then when I would stop, I couldn't see again. Coincidence? Possibly. But I'm just going with no. He was like, just keep praying with me. Let me hang out with you and we'll get through this. And I was so much less stressed out. Just, it's like having him sitting next to you, uh, walking you through that hard situation, even as short as that might have been for that 1 hour of my, drive. But um, there's also just a peace that kind of swallows you up when that's all you're thinking about is your time with him. And I appreciate that. And I do a lot of that praying when I am in my car. I don't know about you guys, but it just seems like a captive audience, right? At least for me, to focus. So it's a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. Hazel, I don't hope you don't mind me sharing this, but I love Hazel is, really growing in her walk in learning about the Bible. And she asked me when she asked me for prayer for her family member, she asked me about praying without ceasing. And Angela, I think you talking about how when you'd stop praying, it would stop it would start snowing again or whatever. And
Yeah.
I would love to hear both Johnna and Angela if you have a take on that. But what I told Hazel was it's not literally like you stop everything and pray for days and days and days without ceasing until you get the word. It's more of a heart condition of when something comes up that makes you anxious or scared or worried or whatever word you want to call it, that you turn to him first. And it also is the praise thing. As soon as you hear good news, your immediate first response is to go to him and say, thank you, Jesus, for doing that thing for me, for carrying me through this or answering that prayer. And that's kind of my interpretation of the praying without ceasing is that talking to him is your first response, no matter if things are going well or going bad.
Yeah. And I think to kind of tie the two together with what Johnna is having us do today is exactly that. Because, when somebody asks me to pray for them, I mean, I'll be very honest. Yes, I'm praying um, and I continue to pray, but, I do forget. And I forget, oh, I should, when I'm saying my prayers, I should be praying for this list. This is a great way to be able to guide yourself and not forget. Um, so I think, yes, I mean, I'm not praying 24/7. I was for that hour. I'm not going to lie, but I do think that there is something to be said about it and to not forget. And the other thing is that to ask other people. I think that's something I've learned probably over the last maybe even probably the last 10 years since I've been, or maybe more, since I've been divorced, probably, is, well, people aren't going to know what you need help with if you don't ask others to pray alongside you.
Right.
And I always, without question, prayed for other people who needed it. Why am I not asking? And now I do that. Like with this whole thing with the rental. My family all knew, my kids all knew, my friends knew. Like I wanted prayers for us to be able to rent one of the sides of the duplex so that it was, sustainable income, so we can continue to do the things and the renovations and make it pretty on the other side and finish that without a lot of um, financial burden. And God answered my prayers. So and it wasn't just because I was praying. I mean, I'm sure He was listening to me, but it sure as heck didn't help that it was as easy and as fast as it was if it wouldn't have been for all of you guys that were praying for me too. So
That's what friends are for.
I just
I-
like to acknowledge some other people in the chat. There's, I don't know if it's Regina or Regina Walker and Dee Paul, who also did say that the movie and Netflix. So thank you for that.
Oh, D DePaul is Debbie.
Oh, okay, Debbie.
yeah.
Okay, so thanks, Debbie, as well as Ellie is here, and she too was part of the prayer group then.
Hey, Ellie. I just had a panic attack that I didn't count my letters to see if I had all the letters for praise. That might
My
have to be pray.
my letter stickers are all in the office, in the in the big house, half a mile away it feels. And my stamps are all still packed, and so I just hand lettered mine on
Perfect.
some, and that works too if you don't have
Yeah,
something in
Yeah.
hand.
I think it's good
And I
that
stabbed.
you suggested stickers, because I have to be honest, I don't use my stickers very often, like especially letter stickers.
I use the letter stickers a lot in my Bibles. Like that's where I use them the most.
Yeah.
I don't it's funny that I don't really use them in journaling, but I do use them in my Bibles.
Well, why didn't
As-
you tell me that like before I sold all my stickers?
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. I
I just
rescued these. I rescued
I
these.
think I just had that realization, and
Yeah.
it's more my other I this Bible has the least amount done in it so far. My other ones are quite stuffed.
Well, I'm quite liking how this is turning out.
Okay, I have to say something. This is hysterical. So this genie garage door opener, I started looking at the ad and it has, look, on duty 24 hours a day,
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
and it has your own private doorman. So I'm putting Jesus there. He's the way. He's the door.
That's awesome.
And
Now,
then she's got this opening up the door, and prayer opens the door for miracles to happen.
Awesome.
that's funny.
Um,
Yes, and Cotty, you were right. I'm in no doubt that I will find more.
If anybody will, it'll be you. Hey,
so
Johnna, am I jumping the gun to ask about where the confetti's gonna go? Because I keep knocking it all off my desk. I would love to put it in
Oh,
place.
hold on one second. Yeah, you can just like I lay it on the table. I'm not ready for that yet, but I sprinkle it on the table and then I'll take my tape and I just like literally will just like hit it and pick it up till I get the length that I want. I
What
don't
are we
All
I
what
right.
are
may
we doing with
do
it
a
though?
little patch and fill some of these little frames in. I don't know. I was thinking about doing maybe down here or doing a big originally before I did the frames and then saw how cute the ad was. I thought, okay, I was going to do a strip down the side of the praise just to say there's a party going on over here.
I don't know if I'm ready for the confetti yet.
I just want to get it off my desk, but I think I'm actually okay. So, sorry, Hazel. I know I kind of cut you off there, so I'll get back to you. But I like to put it, um, like the kind of what's coming to me is like pull the tape and stick it down on there to pick it up. But I think the way I've done it in the past is I actually pick it up the other way around, so it's on the sticky side is up and the stuff is facing me, and then I glue that down because I don't want the glossy over my
Yeah, that's how
stuff.
I do it. That's how I do
Okay,
it.
good. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't stick it down on the confetti. I stick it down on the confetti, flip it over, press the
Right.
confetti down on the tape, fill
So
in any, and if you have like a little pouch, like I have a little pouch of baby powder or cornstarch, if you take that and you hit it on your, and I say that and I can't find it. It's usually
Like
in,
a embossing buddy. That's what you're talking
yes.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can oh, here it is. I just made my own and I just put cornstarch in it, and so, or not baby powder, and then I just like hit it the sticky area and it unsticks it. So
so my question, ladies, or Jonna, is what is your intent? I mean, are we going to stick this to the side of the page? Are we? What are we doing with said uh, confetti beautifulness when we're after
yeah,
we?
so you can just okay. I'll go to there since you guys are ready for that, and I'm working a little
Well, I don't
slower
know if
than
I am or not. I just need to know.
you. You're like, come on, girl. No, so I take my confetti.
Johnna, that's only because we didn't have to install garage door openers.
Very, very true.
Well, I'm sorry. I have to add, you know me, I have to add the little vintage element to everything. I can't help myself. Can't help myself. Okay. So there's several things you can do. You can sandwich it in between too if you like that. But I just like I'll hit it and tap, you know, I just kind of pick it up until I get it all because I don't like confetti everywhere, Angela. And
I just sent her another picture the other day, and I said, "Thinking of you today," and I was sweeping my floor yet again, and I do that on the daily, and I'm still finding confetti.
sorry. Yeah,
The
but
gift that keeps on giving.
the next package I sent you though I put warning. I put warning.
There you go, and maybe it's a different color because there was a lot of green and peach, so I need some like pink or blue to round out the floor. Continuing to find it.
Okay, so if you don't mind the shiny, you can sandwich it in between, or you can use laminating sheets too. And you could just like even stitch it. I've done that where I've stitched it along the edge and had some of it stand off like or cut it and have a tab at the top. So if you can do that too. If you sandwich it in between the tape. But my thought was to just do this and then take the sticky off, which you can take it and put it on your clothing too if your clothing's not all linty. I don't have an animal, so I won't have fur. But you might want fur in your confetti tape because that'll remind you to pray for your little animal. when you
Aw.
I'm probably gonna have to sandwich mine together because I'm using like this is like they're little flowers and they're a little bit thicker.
Oh yeah, I think I would sandwich that.
I think I better do the Sammy. I
And
still
then-
have some of this I made for a long time. I should have brought it with me. I could have used that.
I think I'm going to do mine along my pocket.
If you have a die cut machine, you can die cut it into shapes too. You can put the other piece of packing tape down and you can die cut it into like balloons. If you have if you have a die cut
I don't
machine
have those kind of tools available to me at this location.
Cricut or anything like that.
Okay, I want to go back to Hazel. If she possibly can remember what she started to say when I started in.
Uh, well, the only thing is that I was, because I didn't go um, nearly as fancy as you girls did with your, especially like the look of Angie's page or lettering. Uh, I quickly started writing down some things, these colors of post-its. But I'm thinking I don't necessarily want them face up on camera. So I'm just sort of laying down to add them in later after the broadcast is over. Do
That's
you
a
know
good
what I mean?
idea. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you
that's
don't have,
true.
I'm not writing on mine.
You could write on the sticky side and put them in, and like
Oh, yeah.
uh for if they're private things. Not that you need to do that if it's, just not something you want to show to entire YouTube world.
All right, let me get back because now you've sidetracked me into confetti tape. And now my letters and everything's falling off my page. Okay, you guys need to use your chipboard stickers, because if you don't, they don't stick anymore and they come apart. So mine peeled up
Oh
because
no.
I've had these things for so long.
Use it, don't store it.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
That was a nod
That's my
to Hazel.
yeah, I know. And that's I was gonna say to Hazel, that's my usually I do one word for the year. This year it's just use it.
Ah, I love it.
Yeah.
We had a hashtag in my live one night a couple months ago. Somebody said, what'd they say? It was similar.
Come on now. I don't have any baby powder and these things are sticking to me all over the place.
I clearly did not punch enough circles, so I'm gonna be turning my sound off and punching away here.
I'm being chintzy with mine, which is ridiculous.
Just use it, Angela.
Exactly. I just got done. I
Yeah,
was just
just
gonna say
use
I
it.
just got done saying can't take me anywhere.
Old habits die hard,
I
you know.
know. And by the time I
Oh,
get all
thank you,
these in there, I'm not gonna
Katrina.
have time for my pretty flowers. Crap.
And I didn't glue my sheets down because I thought that might need some, I just thought it would be easier to work in the Bible right this second, but I'll do that after the fact.
So, Johnna, did you have anything else to say about? I know Angela kind of answered, but anything else to say about the concept of praying without ceasing? I always love your take on things.
Mm. Praying without ceasing for me is, I like, just like this scripture says, like, I continue to pray until it's answered. Like you said, that's how I take that. You pray till you get the answer, and you may not get the answer till you're dead and you meet Jesus in heaven. So, because some things, are a mystery, and but I always try to. I believe, because I believe that I walk with the Lord 24/7. I believe that when I get like an inkling of someone coming to thought, then I'll pray, or I acknowledge him in all things. So if before I eat, I acknowledge that he's my provider, and I'm thankful that he provided a meal for me when there's so many people that don't have anything to put in their cupboards. Or like looking at the beauty of nature. We've talked about that before too. Just seeing God in everything. And prayer can be petition, but it also can just be the acknowledgement of who God is, his majesty, his kingship, his sovereignship. Like, so it's just an acknowledgement. And praying without ceasing also, I think, too, for me, it just acknowledges that he's with me all the time, which is easy because I live with Jesus. I live alone, alone with Jesus. I used to say that all the time when I go to the airport. Oh, are you traveling? Are you sitting alone? I'm like, no, I'm sitting with Jesus. But but because he lives in us. His spirit is in us. So when we get saved, and I know it sounds crazy, but it helps you do things alone braver because you're not alone. Because the word says He'll never leave you nor forsake you. I will be with you even till the ends of the earth. And so it helps you live a brave life. And I just got off on a tangent. But anyway, yeah, I think it's just a daily walk with knowing that He is there. He's listening. The word I was writing out, oh, it was in Matthew. I was writing it out earlier this morning, and He actually says, like, He knows the requests before they're even formed on our lips, which means that He know, like, it's in your heart, right? It's in your mind, it's in your thoughts. Like, He already knows that before you're even gonna say it. And to me, that's just more acknowledgement of that He's with you, He's listening, He hears you. And I think it's just more that we need the acknowledgement of that He hears us, He's with us. And through prayer, that's an acknowledgement for me that He is with me 24/7, on duty 24 hours.
I got to get this on camera because I'm sure it's going to be real interesting to put this together. I had to laugh, Johnna, and this is just me being comical, but when you said that about when people on an airplane say, are you sitting alone? I was thinking, she's telling people she's sitting with Jesus, and they're all probably like, okay, I'll find another seat. She just wants that. She wants nobody to sit next to her. She wants that middle seat open. Come on now. I'm like,
Well, yeah,
Hey, I've gotten that.
Jesus.
I did that at I was checking in Amsterdam to get on a flight, and the lady was taking my ticket, and there they check you in right there at the gate when you're going in to sit to the gate. And so she took my ticket and she goes, will you be traveling alone today? And I'm like, no, I'm traveling with Jesus. And then she stamps my ticket and she takes it and then she hands me another one. And I got bumped up to first class on the way home from Amsterdam. So
Wow.
that's the favor of God. And I didn't have to pay a dime. So yes.
Oh, wow.
Bianca, BB is here. It's so good to see you. We've missed you, sweetie.
She can tell you some amazing stories about answered prayer, that girl. I love her story. Um yeah, you go to her channel.
Definitely.
She's got some good reports there.
Can I just circle back to what Johnna said and what, well, I guess Carol brought up. So, yes, we asked you to pray or ask that question. The flip side of that, or the I made it multiple choice because I've heard both things. Pray without ceasing versus the idea that when you offer a prayer to the Lord, you kind of don't need to keep repeating yourself, much like you don't keep mailing the same letter. Like once you've let the letter go, you let go of it. So that was the context of the question. And I, of course, never thought that, you drop everything and you pray without and stop your whole life. It's just the idea of, conversation, much like we sometimes talk to ourselves or talk to the people around us. It's just, a phrase here, a phrase there, a question, um, a request, that sort of. So that's just a little clarification about what I was talking about first. And then, as far as what Johnna just said in answer to that, I did a video on, okay, some of you will know that I have that series, Heart to Heart with Hazel. So when I interviewed Judy Hurst, she mentioned a charitable, and this would have been, I think, mid late November. So she talked about something that she was doing. In fact, she showed us. She got up and changed her camera angle so that we could see all these little journals that she was making for that shoebox thing.
Operation Christmas Child.
Yeah. So, of course, this is late in the year. I don't know if that exists where I am, blah, blah, blah. But I was struck by the idea that I need to be doing something like that. So, in a video, I talked about what I'm doing in regard to a youth shelter in the city nearest. And so I guess, well, Johnna obviously watched the video, and in her comments, she says, she said whatever she had to about the video, but she went, I said a prayer for you. So it seems to me that is that in a sense she's kind of an ass talking about you like you're not even here. She's she a role model and sort of walking the talk, because I certainly didn't ask for or expect that anyone would have that reaction to that project that I was announcing. And yet spontaneously and without me requesting it or even thinking that I needed it, to be honest, she said a prayer for me. And I thought, just it warms the cockles of your heart to think that someone is thinking of you in that generous and loving way. So,
Aw, I love that.
sure.
I liked what you said too about and I think that I need to be reminded of that too. When somebody's just on your mind all the time, they're on your heart. I think that's just God's way of reminding us that we need to probably be praying for whomever that is, even if it's in a happy moment. It's just there's some reason that they keep coming up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had my friend, I have a long time friend. We became Christians at around the same time, and we've done our walk like together. We've been in ministry together and since 97. And so anyway, we've been trying to get together to pray on the phone. And so she started to pray, and all of a sudden I just had this overwhelming sensation. I needed to invite somebody in on our prayer. So I asked her, I said, hey, and she knows him. And so I said, hey, do you mind if I call him and invite him in on this prayer? Because I'm feeling led yeah, he's just on my heart really a lot right now. And so we did. So we called him and he answered, and he was going through something horrific. And I'm like, I'm so glad you answered the phone. And he was just like, by the time we were done praying for him, I could tell his whole countenance had changed. And he got up and he texted me. He said he got up and felt like going to church first thing this morning. And so even though it was 20 degrees outside, I was like, awesome. And so anyway, I just feel that, yeah, that is like the prompting of the Holy Spirit. When people are laid on your heart, you should act on it, because it's not a coincidence,
Right.
It's a prompting.
Well, and something you said about the mystery of God. So I think something that comes with faith is also knowing that you may not always get the answer to why you felt like you needed to pray for that person, or you were thinking about that person and so then you prayed for them. You may not know what your prayer did ever, but part of faith is like understanding like God is much bigger than all of us. He sees from beginning to end where we don't, and we may not know those answers until we are in heaven with him and he lets us recall those things. And yet the more we do it, the more we want to do it. And I love that.
Well, thing when I reached out to Johnna regarding, this issue with the family member. Her first reaction was, do you mind if I reach out to a couple of, friends? I'm sure they would pray for her as well. And I said, of course not. And this is all happening in real time. Within minutes, she's sending me an audio file with this man essentially praying for my person. And I'm thinking, I think a person has to really be living their faith to drop everything and pray for someone they don't even know. And it's again I was tearing up because it's I don't know, it just seems so selfless and effective.
And I don't know what I would like to hear the ladies' take on this too, because when I travel, and I mean, it's always kind of been like this. People talk to me and they tell me a lot. And a lot of those things are not, the best things. They're things that are going on in their lives, or somebody that's close to them's life. And I would often, I would say, I'd love to pray, for that person. Do you mind sharing their name? And most of the time, everybody said yes. But I mean, I know that's not necessary, but for me, it feels like it's more personal. Do you guys have I mean, if they didn't tell me who it was, I'd still be doing it. But what I guess I'm saying is,
have you ever just like stopped and said, can we pray for them right now?
No, I have not done that.
That's your next assignment. If that always happens to you, see what happens when you take up that assignment. It'll be like, it's awesome.
Yeah. I was going to say, sometimes people don't want to burden you with details, and that's up to them to share or not share. But if you're asking, because the more specific a prayer, the more power I feel. But if you're asking just because you're curious, then maybe you don't need to ask.
No, this is after.
I'm not saying that to Angela, because I know. I'm just saying that in general to all of us. Yeah. Yeah.
But if she's having this experience a lot and people are opening up to her,
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying, if somebody says, no, I don't want to share anymore, it's okay. It's okay.
That's okay too. I don't pry.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But
in fact, a lot of times I just stop them. I stop them and I'm like, okay, let's pray. And I just start praying. And then, or I'll feel like, is it, if I know they're not probably Christian, I'm like, I always ask for permission to pray. Cause when you ask for permission to pray, it gives you, access. It comes into agreement. Right.
Right.
So, but yeah, I've had so many cool things happen because I've been obedient to pray right on the spot. Like and it is an overcoming of fear, but then I thought, you know what? Worst case scenario, one, you might get some weird looks from people walking by, but I've never had that happen. Of course, my eyes are most times shut. So I wouldn't even know if I was getting some weird looks when people are walking by. But pretty much, I went and we were the group of us were handing out water on like one of the hottest days last year. And we were on a sidewalk we have an outdoor mall, and a friend of ours she works at a store there in the outdoor mall, and she's the manager. And so she gave us permission to be out there. And so they were handing out, inviting people to come to church or Bible study or connect group or whatever. But nobody was praying. And so I'm like, I'm going to start praying for people. and perfect strangers would come up, and 99% of the people that I asked if I could pray for them, they said yes.
Yeah, I've
And
experienced that too. Like I
we're
had very
outside on a sidewalk in front of a mall, and grown men and women are crying. Like it was such a powerful time because you step out in faith, and people are hurting. People are
yeah.
hurting. And Jesus is the answer, and we have the answer, and people are walking around hurting.
Yeah, the only place I've ever had like really a negative response to offering to pray is on social media. Like I don't know why the barrier of social media makes people feel like they can say hideous things that they wouldn't say in person.
Oh
Well,
well, I would just, if they say no, I just walk on. I don't pressure. I'm like, okay,
Right.
okay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm not insulted.
Right.
you
I pray
know,
for them anyway when they walk away.
Yeah.
I don't want to get
Oh,
off the subject, but I have a question about this project. So let me
Sure.
know. Okay. Well, Johnna.
Yes.
So, all right, I'm going to put my prayers here, and then I'm going to move them to praise. But I kind of want to keep all of these, as a reminder. And I was thinking that I would just, after I decorated this little guy, which I probably shouldn't have done. But anyway, that I would just, when maybe this gets full, I don't know. This is where I need your idea. But I thought I would just fold it up in a little. My mom has a prayer box, and this is what she does. But anyway, fold it all up and then just stick it in. I put these envelopes in here a long time ago, and just keep filling them up until they're overflowing, right? And I have to get new ones. But what do you do when yours are, when you, I mean, when this is full and you've got all these praises? Of course, you don't want to. I mean, these are great reflections. What do you do with them?
I have
Time to
a
make a praise journal.
Yeah, I have a journal.
That you move them to?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, full of answered prayers.
Yeah. Well, I think this isn't my practice Bible. This is the Bible that I do all my journaling in, as you guys know. But I definitely am going to do this in my regular Bible that I go to on the daily when I'm not doing artsy things, and add these in there because I really do love this. I think it's very practical and easy for any of us to do. So great activity.
Yeah.
Um and you can take, like I said, if you you can use this repositionable glue, and you can turn anything. If you're
Mhm.
like into the vintage look and stuff like that, you can turn anything into a sticky note. So
Yeah. And
um,
that repositional glue will stick for quite a while.
right.
Yeah.
And you can make little sticky note pads with it, which is what.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. Then you can have more than, like, you could just have this. It could all be stuck down. You could fill it up. Then you could move it to somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, not that I don't have anybody to pray for, because I will fill this up. But if any of you all here need prayers, you can, certainly you can put it in the comments. But if you're a more private person, you can always, I think I can speak for all four of us that, we would love to pray for you too. And we'll put you in our prayer, on our prayer side and our praise side. So
for sure.
yeah.
I wanted to acknowledge we have Synth Serber in the chat, and she said, I've just found your channel. I'm not sure which of our channels she's watching on, but she said, I'm just here sewing and wanted some spiritual sisters help. And thank you. Shalom over to you all.
Oh, that is so
Oh.
sweet. Yeah, it's kind of
And
nice.
then Ellie said, I agree. I pray for people who stay on my mind, people I haven't even seen for years. I also pray for crafting ladies that I'll never meet. Some of you I will see on the other side.
Oh,
I
Ellie,
love
that's
it. And Susie's here.
hi, Suze.
Hi, Susie.
That's awesome.
Okay, I don't know about you, but just adding this little bit of gold just makes everything like pop. I don't know if you can see that. I just do, instead of spattering, I have this like little stamp that has little dots on it.
I
Oh, it's
love
actually
that.
1997 Stampin' Up. 1997. That was the year I got born again. Right,
Well,
there it is.
I ended up covering a whole bunch of pages because this is one of those. This is what my kids. Well, I bought this I mean, my kids still have theirs, but this is one of the Live Bibles that the kids had at their um,
Youth group.
youth group. I was going to say Awana, and it wasn't Awana, but I like it because it's got room in here. But this was Caitlin's BIBLE. So I'm cool with touching these things up. So now I have all kinds of pages.
I love it.
That's bright and cheerful.
Yeah, the whole thing is pretty happy, and it makes me happy when I look at it. But I may have to, on my month, I was telling the girls, I'm going to have to dig deep in the Old Testament because my New Testament's getting a little bit full back there. So the front of my Bible needs some help.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind for my next one too for you, Ange.
Okay, there you go. I think who is next? Is it you or me? I think
I
I'm
think
March.
it's you.
Is it me? I'm
I
February.
I said if you ever wonder what order we're in, uh it's the order our logos are on the thumbnail.
Oh well, good to know. I think I must be next then.
Yep.
Yes,
Well,
and
I
then
did December. And Hazel did
that's
November.
right. Okay. Yes.
That was so smart. I was like, oh my goodness. Okay, that's smart.
Did I miss that? I didn't know that. I probably wasn't paying attention.
I didn't pay attention to that either.
I think I just commented when I sent the new one for this year.
I think
Oh,
I just put a sticker down and glued it on the paper, but oh well.
some people have put in prayer requests. Hope
Awesome.
Ooh, I'm gonna
and
put those on my prayer wall. Right.
BB's closet creations.
Oops. Well, I better glue that down first.
Oh my gosh.
I need to punch out a small circle.
Oh, absolutely, BB. We will do that.
And hopes is above that.
Okay, got it.
Oh, I think one, and it didn't occur to me till I was putting this event in my planner. I think that we were going to start putting the numbers on our notices so that we can keep track because
And
number
it's number
6.
6, and I did not do that because I was hurrying it to get it up there because somebody was saying they needed it up there. Just kidding. I forgot. I forget every time, but I always add it afterwards. Oh, wait a minute. Where do you want it at, Hazel?
When we get our new notice, like so next month for you would put number 7 on it.
But
On the
where?
post, like on the thumbnail.
Oh, on the well, I don't do the thumbnails. I think we just have one standard one, don't we? Carol?
Well, but it gets personalized with the date.
Oh, okay. So you just want it added there. I see. I thought you wanted it on the title, and I did not do that. And that's my fault.
Yeah, no. I think I just learned that from doing heart to heart. In the beginning, when you can remember it all, it's less important. But as the numbers get higher, like we want to be able to celebrate our 20th anniversary when we hit it.
I will
True.
keep that in mind. This is our sixth month of doing this.
Yep.
Which didn't it just start out as doing it once?
I don't know. I don't think we ever decided. We just said we were
Oh,
going to do it.
I thought the original thing was just one time. I thought that was kind of cool that we just enjoyed it and kept it going.
I think it was also feedback from our awesome public.
Yes.
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 And I think too that word is slowly getting out there, because I think there are some new people here today that we haven't asked.
It's always nice to meet new people. I mean, we love our friends who've been here forever. I was going to say old people, but I thought I better not say that. Um, because I'm still 29. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but uh, it's always nice to meet new people. And if you are new here, we have some of the most amazing friends, and their kindness and their comments and their friendship is truly important to each and every one of us. So we're blessed right there.
I have a question. Surprise, surprise. In this little packet of, like, rather than run all over the place trying to gather up supplies, I just pulled this one thing together. There are some sentiments here, and now I find myself second guessing because, and I'll give you an example. Like, I guess I'm wondering whether something that would be considered AA in the affirmation world, or the or the personal development world. Um, so, for instance, does this have a place in the Bible? If you keep on believing the dreams that you wish will come true, are dreams and wishes interchangeable?
Is that a question?
Yes.
Our dreams and wishes.
I'm sorry. I know
I'm thinking too.
this is a
So
serious question, but all I can think of dreams are a wish your heart makes. That's all I can. Sorry,
I
probably not.
break into song spontaneous, and you can actually sing, and you don't scare away our audience.
I had to do it in my best. Is that Cinderella? I don't even know.
I think what I went back to is in December I talked about the Advent, and one of the 4 weeks of Advent is about hope. And I was talking about optimism, because we're not looking at I mean, optimism looks at the way something could work out, and hope looks back at things God has done and believes for them. So I think that applies to wishes and dreams as well. I think, you know, it's God's in the Bible. It says, share with the Lord the desires of your heart. And those are dreams and wishes sometimes for us. And I think I do that in, sorry, I'm lost my train of thought, just went choo choo off the track. So for instance, in a time when we were we made a move when our oldest was under 2 years old. We moved back to Northern California because we felt this strong desire to have our children grow up close to their grandparents and have that be a part of their lives. And it was the right thing to do relationally. It was not the best decision financially, but we took a risk because we felt like that was very important. And we went through a very rough time. And I would often talk to God about a strong desire we had was to live on farm property, have animals, have gardens, give our kids that kind of life. And if you looked at our finances, there was absolutely no way we could ever afford to buy property. We were, couldn't sell our house in Southern California. We're renting and paying mortgage because we couldn't get a renter in. And we were just like at the bottom of the barrel, scraping by for those years. And somebody put an ad in the church bulletin and said, "We're selling 2 acres and a house. Come and take a look." And we're like, "Oh, that's weird. They're not using a realtor." And we went and visited and we looked at the house and they said, um, we're like, "It's kind of small, but I think it could work, but there's no way we're going to qualify for a loan." And they said, "Oh, well, we didn't go through realtor because we wanted to offer this to a young Christian family. We want to choose who our closest neighbor is going to be because they own the next door house." And they said, "The rent is like $600, and every month of rent that you give us is going to go towards purchasing the house, and you need to have a loan for the remainder of the price of the house and land in 3 years." That's unheard of. That's
Yeah.
it's a complete and total miracle. And the only thing I can say is that I talked to God about my hopes and dreams for our future, and he heard my prayer and he made a way that I never would have thought was even possible.
So let me repeat this. If you keep on believing the dreams that you wish will come true, so that could very easily be used on this prayer page.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Just give
believing in
one
God
example.
more than believing in the dream.
Well,
So
if you, it says if you keep on believing, so
so
we
if you
can
might
put
like
that.
what I did was says your own private doorman. I put Jesus, so I just took Jesus over it. You could always put Jesus is always the answer. When I went to school, they are always like, if you don't know the answer is always Jesus. You're never wrong. You'll never be wrong.
Does it want to weigh in on that question? If
Well,
dreams and prayers are the same thing?
I was thinking about a couple scriptures came to mind when you were talking. I was thinking about Joel. In Joel 2, he says, God says that it'll come to pass that I'll pour my spirit out on all flesh. And he talks about how like the sons and daughters are going to prophesy, and that old men shall dream dreams and young men shall see visions. So God gives dreams, and not every dream is a God dream, because certain things can make your mind dream, but God does give dreams. And then I was also thinking Daniel experienced the interpretation of dreams. So God will give dreams, and then there could be someone who can interpret the dream that you received.
Yeah. And you're talking about actual asleep dreams versus like hopes and dreams.
Right. So what are you talking more about,
She
like
said
that?
dreams and wishes. So
So
things you
that's like
want.
a
Well,
dream that your
yeah.
heart makes?
Well, this I probably added the wishes part because a trick question. If you keep on, the quote itself is, if you keep on believing, the dreams that you wish will come true.
Yeah, it's the line from the song from
Yeah,
Pinocchio,
like you wanted
right?
to see. Was that
A
Pinocchio?
dream is a wish your heart makes
Is that from where are
when
all the
you're
Disney fans? I'm not.
fast asleep.
Is
Um,
that Pinocchio?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
on
I had it wrong. I thought it was Cinderella or Snow White.
so what I'm taking away from this is that whether we cook something, like I read something today in one of my devotionals that said, oh, maybe I can even find it right here. That says, if you want to make God laugh, just tell him your plans. And, so I guess what I'm thinking this might mean is that we can have a dream of some sort, a dream for our future, a dream for ourselves or those that we love or whatever. But if that dream is not consistent with God's plan for us long term, it will be one of those unanswered prayer slash dreams. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think you always have to weigh what you're asking against what we know is God's will for our life. And we learn that in the Bible too. Like the more we read and know God's character, we know what his will is for our life. And I think in a I think there's I know I've had conflict before cuz I'm like, why am I blessed financially? Like that move was something so beyond the scope of anything I could have wished or dreamed for. Like I had the wish and the dream, but I didn't have a way, and he made a way. And then I conflicted because I see people who have nothing or are struggling, and um yeah, God, that's the mystery of God. Like
But
although
Carol,
I
if
yeah,
that dream for raising the kids in a piece of land own would have been inconsistent with God's own plan for you, that solution offered by those people never would have happened, right?
exactly, I believe that.
Yeah.
I'll also say that I think having been in some mission situations with people who have nothing, they are some of the most grateful people. Like commercialism and having a lot can make us kind of jaded and less grateful. And I'm with you on. Someone said in the comments, having a heart of gratitude and staying grateful on the daily is really important to me.
Thank you as always for helping me see some of these things in a new way.
I love your questions,
I
Hazel.
do too. I keep saying it over and over. I think you started maybe here going, I'm not sure why I'm in doing this, but I think it's becoming clearer and clearer. It was never a question in my mind that you were supposed to be a part of this. And I think you ask questions that I might have asked, early in my walk and have, gone past. And I think that there's people out there that would like to hear those things. And I think it's absolutely God's plan to have you here and providing those kind of questions to remind us.
Well, and I think it's also questions that, yes, definitely as a reminder, but they're also sometimes the things that you ask, and that's why I'm saying keep asking them, is because maybe some of us, myself included, might not have ever thought to ask. So I think that that's important as well because it does make you think a little bit deeper
Hey,
and outside of what you normally think.
keeping me on my toes. It's good. I have to look stuff up.
Yeah,
It's good.
it's like a quiz. How fast can I come up with the right Bible verse for that?
Oh well,
But
I would lose in that game because I would not be able to be that quick.
I wanted to answer Synth server. She says it says he will give us the desires of our heart if we walk in his will. And I think she's referring to Psalm 37:4 that says, delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. And I've talked on that a while back about the word delight. In the original text, one of the definitions, when you go and you look it up, it actually says to be pliable. And I think that's exactly it. Like be moldable, be pliable with the Lord, and He'll give you the desires he'll give you the desires of your heart.
Mhm.
So, and the word also says you have not because you ask not. So I always ask for the moon. I always like I ask for like big impossible things because hey, how do I know? Maybe he'll give it. Maybe he'll give it to me.
One never knows.
One never knows. So the word says to set your tent pegs out wide. Make your tent pegs out wide, meaning prepare for a bigger space, right, than what your little mind can think of. And so that's always something that I always keep in mind. I joke about it all the time because everybody, Jesus said, I'm going to the Father and building you a mansion, right? And so I'm always like, I'm always putting my request in for my mansion. If Jesus is up there building a house in his Father's mansion for me, I'm like, mine's gonna be like Willy Wonka. I'm gonna have a chocolate fountain and rivers of coffee, fresh coffee, and Twizzler trees and circus peanut flowers, and I'm just
I
like I'm gonna have like Willy, and
going
I'm
to
gonna be like this thin in my perfect redeemed body.
I thought you were going to say, yes, please build me a mansion. Just don't make me paint the retaining wall.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It
that's
had
so
heard
true.
that.
Yeah.
And I want a black Andalusian horse. Like I'm putting my request in.
Ellie said she wants daisy. She wants daisies and a tiger.
Well, there you go.
There
Make
you go.
your request known.
There you go. Um, well, we ladies, we have. It's been just over a little more than an hour and a half. Are we ready to show our beautiful works?
Yes, I think
Yep.
so.
All right. Shall we start
Just
with
don't
John?
do me first.
I, I won't. Um, well, I'll go first. Johnna, are you ready?
You can go.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you were.
I'm
Since you were
ready. I'm
our
done. I'm in.
leader of the pack,
Leader of the pack.
Leader of the pack.
I'm gonna let you go. There you go.
Oh, okay. So this is what I have. One just I guess I wasn't done. I didn't glue that on. But this is my pray side, and she's got her little garage door opener and my reminder to pray. And then I've already got my first prayer on this page. This was from BB's Closet Creation. So I put your prayer request there. And then over here, I added a little banner of confetti tape and some stickers. And then I put this is my praise side, and I have the confetti to remember that this is the party I need to have when prayers are answered, no matter what the answer is. And then I have that Jesus is my doorman because I have to remember that in his name we pray and we have access. And that's my little access. I push the Jesus button and I'm kidding. Anyway, it's silly, but it's a good reminder. And that he's on duty 24 hours a day, and so am I.
There you go. I love it. Very cool. All right, I'm gonna go. I don't know if Hazel said. Did she say if she's ready?
But I can go. It doesn't
Are you
matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay, hang on. Let me make you. Gotta get back here. There we go. Oh, you use the. I didn't see that. Those are my favorite things. The letters that you use.
Oh, yeah. So as I said, I haven't glued this in yet, but the pages are sized to the right thing. So this is my prayer side. Now, compared to the flashy titles that you guys have, this looks a bit a bit laid back. I do have a couple of prayer requests figured out here. Again, I was using oh, this little thing here, which is, so I just thought, I think that whether it's little kids or even adults, we tend to think of the Lord as up there in the sky. So these are just some sky stickers. There was an envelope in this kit. I covered it with this paper. I don't know if you can see tiny little figure climbing up this metaphorical hill. And that's
Ah,
the little quote. So this is where, secrets could go. So that'll sit in the pocket.
Nice.
And then it occurred to me in one of the books that I took apart, I used this on an art journal spread. There were several that were actual Bible quotations. So I am in the process of backing them because these three in particular kind of go with the whole idea of, asking and knowing that God has our back and so on. So that will all work its way into the pocket as well. This side is pretty small so far. I mean, pretty bare. I thought like this was silver confetti. I threw in some iridescent stars and I thought it was kind of prophetic. There was one red star in with all the silver ones. So I'm embracing the symbolism of that. And basically, this is just about the prayer that was answered already. And obviously now with this new uh, this new visual reminder, this new way of categorizing and sort of lack of a better word, keeping score. I expect these pages to fill up, and I hope that it gets to the point where a person has so much overflow on the praise side that a separate journal or repository of some sort is needed for those self-free answers. So, Johnna, thank you so much for doing this topic this week or this month. And yeah, I love where it's taken us.
Yeah, me too.
Fun. I love your confetti.
Yeah, it's pretty. Okay, let's see.
I need to add some more bling to mine. And the date.
There we go. Okay, I'll go. And Carol's finishing up there. Well, I kind of got a little carried away, but I started with the assignment, which I did complete. And I really do love this. So these were the two from BB and for Hope. And then, of course, I left a blank here to fill in for Hazel's and then to write about Dave and I's experience with our prayer requests. So I will add those. And then I said earlier, I thought it would be great to like fold these up and, just fill all of these little envelopes that I had for some reason put in the front of my Bible and just until they're exploding, right? So I will do that once this page is full. But I also thought, I think I kind of want to have these be more. I mean, I want to keep looking at them for a while before I put them in that envelope. So I did a couple more pages. I used a little bit of that packing tape on to make the tab. And so I have these two. So I think what will happen is I'll leave them here for immediate, prayers and some of the newer ones. And when this gets full, I'll move them here so they're here for months. And I imagine when I'm home, I'll have all the colorful Post-it notes and things that I can put in here. So it makes me happy every day. And then I just used the rest of my confetti tape and just put it as another little pocket here. And I don't know what this is going to be, but it's something for the future. So those are my pages. So now I have more than I need, and all those covers I didn't like are all covered up as well. So again, Johnna, this was really fun, and I can't wait to go home and do this in my regular Bible as well. So thank you very much.
Yay.
And last but
sorry, and before you leave the mic, it seems to me that it was December of last year that you gave people a hint about what they should expect and plan for your next turn. Could you just repeat so that people can keep an eye peeled for the little books that you were talking about?
Yes. So if you happen to see like any of the Eloise Wilkin I'm looking around to see if I have any here. The little golden books or any of the Happy Day books, any kids books that would be, and it doesn't have to be religious at all. You can just use a children's book, if you will. Thank you for reminding me of that, Hazel. I have been selling a bunch of the ones that I had on hand, and I have picked up some as well. So if by next month, if there's somebody who can't find them and you need one, I can, send one out if I have a few left, and I think I do. But we're just going to be, that's really all right now that you're going to have to worry about is just some kind of children's book that might, it'd be great if it were, like the Eloise Wilkin Little Golden Book. I'm trying to think of
Prayer one.
the prayers one. Yes. And then
Or
there's
her,
some
she
happy day
does.
ones. I can't remember the names of them off the top of my head, but those are always good ones that you can find pretty much often in thrift stores as well. So thank you very much for reminding me of that.
Yeah, Eloise does the God book too.
Yes. And I'm pretty sure I have many of those. So just let me know. All right, Carol.
Yes,
You ready to roll?
I am.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
not me. Hang on. There you go.
All right. So I did my confetti tape along the top of my pocket. So I have pockets here, and I decided to put an envelope in each of these for for private ones. Right now, I just have BB's request for Nick and Hope's request here, and then I have my daughter and my grandbaby that's coming soon. That we will have a safe and healthy delivery soon. she's
On the
very
21st.
yeah.
Well,
Thank God.
So so
I
that's what
believe.
I've got today.
Yay. And
I have a giveaway.
oh, that's right. And also, Carol,
Ooh.
would you
Yeah.
like us to I'm gonna add your daughter and the babies on mine as well. If anybody else in there working on there wants to do that too. I should have done that before. Thank you.
Susan lost her dad on Friday, so she asked for prayer for her family. So I'm going to add her to mine
Oh,
as well.
me too.
Oh,
Susan, you've had is that I think you've lost 3 people in the last several months. Isn't that correct? That's so rough. I'll be praying for peace and that the Holy Spirit comforts your family, like that they feel God's presence with them during this time of grief.
so sorry, Susan.
And I'm writing as we speak, so sorry. I'm not
Me
talking.
too.
Yeah, your brother and your uncle. Yeah, and another uncle in December. Oh wow, that's a lot.
A
That's
lot.
hard. We lost 4 people very close to each other um last fall and in within 3 months.
It's not easy when it's one. It's even harder when it's that many. That's
Yeah, so my heart goes out to you cuz we've just walked through that.
Mhm. Okay, well, if you put on how many people are in here?
We got
20
21.
moment.
Okay, so I have already picked a number. Fortunately, it's under 25. So you can pick a number between 1 and 25 without going over. And I'll show you what I have. Hold on, I'm still working on my page. I forgot to put my scripture on here. I actually got my typewriter going today. So
Ooh, nice.
used my typewriter.
And Denise is asking for prayer for our nation. Oh, yes, we definitely need that.
Yeah, that's all. That's on my. Well, I have a top 10 list, and that's
I've
the top.
got. I'm gonna call some numbers. So if you hear your number that you put in, change it. Okay. So Denise has 17. Susan has 15. Debbie has 6. Cindy Jake has 16. Junk Journal Joanne has 12. Hope and who's your mama? Put in a different number because those were taken already. And then Synth has 23 and Ellie has 7. I'll put
Who's
in
your
10.
mama? Oh yeah. Who's your mama? I thought it was who is your mama. I'm like, who's that? I was like, who is that? Oh, I think it's time for a nap. I think it's time for a nap. Well, anyway, this is the giveaway. It says a beautiful year in the Bible, a 52-week Bible study for women. And it's actually printed in Italy, and it has everything you need to study out the Bible, the whole Bible, in 52 weeks.
That's
That's
pretty.
perfect for January.
Yeah. So you may have to catch up on a week or two, but by the time you get it. But just add the January so you don't feel like, oh, I got to catch up. Whenever I start, if I'm doing like something like this and I started, late, I start on the day and then I just add those days onto the next year. So
Yeah, that's what I do too.
that way you don't have the pressure of. So is everybody in there?
I just have to say, I mean, not that I don't love every one of you in here, but I'm giggling inside because I'm just hoping it's who's your mama, because that's cracking me up that you thought it was who's your mama.
I'm sorry, I
Okay.
thought that's what she said.
Okay, there's 2
You can
people
always count on me
watching.
for a little comic relief.
There's 2 people watching that haven't put in numbers. I'm not counting the 4 of us, of course.
Yeah.
So if you haven't got a number in yet, now's your chance.
And if you would email me, here I'll put it in the chat at what's my email?
The preppy, crafty girl.
Don't you have about 6 emails
Email.
for it?
Well, okay, so I do, and as you rank up on my ranking of friendship for you, you will get access to my
The very
different
deep,
email.
the very deep, dark. I can't even remember one, let alone the other 20 that I have.
I only have
That's
4. I only have 4. Okay, was BB Closet Creations? Is her? Did she get a number?
Yes.
did.
She has 18, John has 13,
Okay.
and who's your mama put in 22. Sorry, there's just no other way to say it. Who's
It's
your
so cute. It's such a
mama?
clever name. I love
I'm
it.
like,
I
if
think
that
it's
was
your
her,
accent.
it's my accent.
Yes. Instead of
Can
a
I
cruiser.
say up front before you announce the winner that if it
Yes.
is Hope for the umpteenth time, okay, didn't Hope win like 5 out of or 4 out of 5 prizes?
I think 3.
She's won a lot.
She sure has. Okay, let
Um,
me.
nothing doesn't go outside God's plan. So Hope needs Bibles to share, apparently.
Oh, Veronica's here. Hey,
Hi, Veronica.
Hey,
so
Veronica.
who's your mama is Debbie.
Hi,
Oh,
Debbie.
okay. Hi, Debbie. I'm Debbie,
Oh
by the
no,
way.
I saw yours, BB. You're on there.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on
Take it
one
away.
second, because um, I'm gonna have to change the rules because nobody got this one. So it's whoever has come closest. Period.
Without going over.
No, because everybody went over.
Oh.
So I can't believe nobody guessed this one because we were in James 5. So the number is 5. So whoever had 6. Is there somebody had
I'm
6?
I'm looking.
Yes. Debbie DePaul did.
Because I think I looked and I didn't see anybody under 5.
Yeah,
Debbie
Debbie.
DePaul.
Well, Debbie,
Congratulations, girlfriend.
congratulations.
Debbie DePaul, you're the winner.
So you want her to reach out to you directly, Donna, right?
Or one of us, it doesn't matter. But if you could just email me your address, that would be great.
Or Debbie, just give
It's
us
your
permission
birthday?
and we'll share. Ah, that's her birthday's the 6th, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, happy birthday.
Hey, you know
on the
what?
6th
Well,
of
I was
whatever
here.
month.
Let me just make sure. Let me. I just happened to look on my shelf and look what I have here. This is at the lake. I have both of these. I think I should give these away so I can send them out. So for next month, they would have them.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Let me make sure all the pages are in here before I. I'm pretty sure it is. I know I haven't used these. Yes, these are the Eloise Wilkin ones we were talking about. So, we'll just do it again the same way. How about that? And Carol, will you pop in a winner? Let me know the winner. I'm going to write it down on one of my Post-it notes here.
Okay. Johnna, can you draw 2 more numbers?
Okay, hold on one second. Gotta get my sticky notes out.
Hang on, I gotta
the theme here. Are we gonna do 1 to 25 again?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, I think just leave the numbers we've got up and just draw 2 more.
Yeah, just draw 2 more.
And let's just say you can't win twice. How's that?
Perfect.
Okay, but I have seen what people wrote.
Well,
but I haven't.
Oh, I thought you had like something you were drawing from.
No, I just wrote a number down on a piece of paper before we announced it.
Okay, then I'll just do that. Never mind. I got my letters.
Okay.
Or my numbers. All right, so go ahead and put in your numbers, and there's 2 chances to win. Easy enough. This is the old-fashioned way.
I'm old-fashioned. Sorry, I don't do the.
I like it. I like it.
I don't have Siri. I murdered Siri.
Debbie, who's your mama, wants to know about our channels so that she can subscribe to all of us. Bless your
heart. I can take care of that.
There you go. We would love it. We have a lot of fun, a lot of partying on these channels. All right, I'll give you a couple more seconds. Everybody's doing a great job getting those in. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to YouTube and I will put links in the box.
Wait, I think Who's Your Mama follows me. If it's got the little linky thing, aren't they my follower? Oh my goodness.
Or they're watching on your channel.
Oh, okay. I feel bad. I didn't know your name. Is this your first time, Debbie? But you know I'm gonna have to call you Who's Your Mama from now on.
Of course we will. Someone took your birthday. No one would take your birthday, since Suber. We won't take your birthday away. New number. Okay. Do you want to hit? Should we type end in there at some point? And
oh yay, Carrie's back.
Hi, Carrie.
Let's throw some confetti for Carrie.
Woohoo!
This is the kind of confetti I like to toss. It's tape down confetti.
Okay, I'm just going to type in end so I don't go. There we go. All right, are we ready? Carol?
I'm putting links in, so don't use me.
I'll do it. 11 and 17 were my numbers.
Oh, okay, let's see. Without going over, let's see, Jake's wife's at, Denise had 17 right on the nose.
Oh, awesome, Denise. Now, Denise, let me ask you this question. Well, do you need one of these? I have a feeling she's going to say she has plenty of them. I will send it if you need me to, but if you don't, I will pick another number real quick.
Okay, Dawn has a number. I think she was the first one. Oh wait,
DG, I don't know. I'm not sure what yes means. Congratulations, by the way, you lucky dog. She's also we always tell her she needs to buy lottery tickets because that girl wins a lot. I never win.
Oh, who's your mama? Debbie got 7 on the nose. The first one in was 7. Oh no, it's 11. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I need a nap. Okay. Now I gotta go back. Anybody help me? 17. I need 11.
Yep.
I got going over. So
I'll put it in your
I think I saw 10. Dawn had 10.
Dawn. Okay, hold on. Let me get to where she's
Does
at.
anybody have 11 on the nose? I see Crinkle Pass said N. You said N. Okay.
Dawn. All right, Dawn, if you don't mind sending my email, I'll put myself right up here. Is on the screen right now. It's Restoration Harmony, the number one at gmail.com. I feel like I have your information, but let's just be safe so I can get it for you. So I'll send one to you and one to Denise Gardner. Congratulate, ladies. And of course,
Yay,
if you
that's
don't need it, you
fun.
can pass it on to somebody else and ask them to watch next month's Bible journaling because we'll be
I
having
actually
fun.
have those.
Yes, they're great. All right. I can't forget to take these home with me. Um, I'm going to be doing a lot of fabric cutting over the next few days when I get home. All right. Do we get everybody? And Carol is putting everybody. She's got her channel in there, Crinkled Path.
Cool.
And she's got Hazel in there.
I like to add a
Sylvie.
little bit of washi to my page too, because you can then, if you don't have a sticky note on you, you can always peel the washi tape off and put any piece of paper down. So I have a washi tape card in my Bible. You can put it in your pocket too if you did a pocket. Like I stuck tags in here because I thought those would be good to write on the back of, and I can tuck them in.
Yeah.
And I put a little post-it note. I won this. It says, "Love this and pray this."
Debbie, thank you very much. Yes, so you can see Johnna's chat. So you'll want to make sure that you just follow all of us. We don't do this all the time, but on occasion, when we do lives, we broadcast it to all four of our channels so everybody can watch in the off chance that you're not subscribed to one or the other's channels. So that's why it looks like that if you're seeing it. But that's great observation, and thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
So
I put the links into on my channel, but you're right, it's not going to get seen across. The I think the easiest way to find our channels, if you're in the chat right now, no matter whose group you're on, if you see our comments in the chat, is I think you can click on the icon and it'll say uh go to channel or whatever, and then you can subscribe from there.
I'm just putting
Or
them in. I'm just putting them in for Debbie for now.
oh, Carrie,
okay.
that would be awesome. Carrie has a wrench on my channel. She said she'd put them on mine. Thank you, sweetie.
Well, and our channels, with the exception of Johnna, are also in our little name bar on the screen.
Oh,
Yes.
oops. That's
So
because I'm a
Angela's traveling.
rebel.
Oh, mine has my email. Lovely. Okay.
Well,
Well,
You can change. I can change it for you.
I already put it in the chat. I put it in the chat. So she's on mine. She'll see it in my chat.
We
all
just
right.
I have to put Angela's in there too. That way it's in.
We'll get the info out there.
Yes. Okay. I think my neighbor's out mowing their lawn.
oh
It's so cold out. How do you have any lawn? It's
look what I
both
just
brown.
did. Come
I
on,
hope that's what
Thursday.
he's doing. I hope he's not like cutting up thanks Gary. Cutting up anything that he wants to hang. Like
The
well,
hunter neighbor.
yes. I'm not looking. I'm not going outside. I'm not looking. He was really nice the other day. My sister was here, I mean the other day, a few weeks ago, and we came home a day before he thought I was coming home, and he texts me and he's like, "Don't look over by my house." I'm like, "Okay." He's like, I didn't know you were coming home today. I thought you were coming home tomorrow." He's like, "I'm putting plastic bags up over the windows." And I'm like, "Okay." And
Aw.
he said, because he just got got dinner for the winter. He went deer hunting. came home with a deer, and he was dressing it. And I'm like, I don't want to see it. So he's doing it in he got a shed. So he's been doing it in the shed. So I don't have to see
That
it.
was very respectful and very kind of him.
Yes, I
A
was
lot of
very
neighbors,
grateful for
yeah, a lot
that.
of neighbors wouldn't do that. So you're lucky.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Carrie, for adding all the channels on my channel as well. And I did put the Preppy Crafty Girl under Johnna's name there as well. So I think you have everybody. And Hazel's is in her email, and so is Carol. So we should be good. And thank you so much for wanting to hang out with all of us and to subscribe to us. We appreciate it very, very much. And ladies, this is always a fun time. I appreciate each of you and all of you in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure you subscribe, hit notifications, so you can see when our next date will be. So take care, and we'll see you next time.
Yes. And
Yeah.
hey, I want to say
Bye.
Hazel, team candy necklace.
Woohoo!
Yay.
I finally found one big enough to put on an adult wrist.
Get a necklace and double loop it.
That's what I